Okay, so I unpacked all of my journals with the intention of putting them in a drawer. Today's task was to organize all of the drawers in my office, as I haven't since the move, and I used those drawers as a vessel for transporting everything. So they were just filled to the brim with random things. So I emptied all of the drawers. I put all of the journals nicely organized in one drawer, put everything else in a place, and realized I didn't have enough drawer space for some of my art supplies and craft supplies and the things that I do use for making things on a regular basis. So I decided to put all the journals back in the box again. Pack them up, label the box with the volumes. It was volume 7 through 54, and the dates in which those journals were completed, and they have now been moved out into the shed. I have to admit, it felt pretty good to do that, because these journals sometimes weigh me down spiritually and physically. It just feels it's a lot. It's a lot to carry. It's a lot to be responsible for. These are pages of my life written out for a really long time. And sometimes I think, oh, I should have some sort of burial ceremony in which I bury them out in the desert somewhere. But I am attached to them, and I have a hard time letting them go. And maybe one day I will. Although I have this idea that I'll donate them to the Journal Museum that exists in London. I think it's really cool. Anyways, it's just nice because now I feel like I can have a fresh beginning, a new start to the year. My journaling this year, I'm like thinking that it's already 2022. My journaling this year was all over the place. I moved around lots of different sizes, and I really had intended to be more consistent in, sticking with a certain size journal or a certain type, and that just never happened. And I love the idea of that being a thing, but I don't know if that's really how I journal. Before I packed everything up, though, I made a little video sharing all of the journals that I completed in 2021, but I ended up rambling for far too long. So here's a little snippet, just sped up, showing the journals that I completed, which doesn't seem like as much as I had thought it would have been. So what do I imagine 2022 to be like for journaling? I have no idea, to be honest. And last year I said, or no, it's still 2021. This year I had said that I wanted it to be the year of the Stalogy Notebook. That didn't happen. Like I already said, I was kind of all over the place. This last month I have been particularly restless. I had completed 2 Leuchtturm in the A5 size notebooks and started a third one and just wasn't inspired to write. And I write every day, every morning. And so when there is a period in which I feel less inclined to do those things, I kind of panic a little. And so I have to change things up. I have to change the journal or the cover or the pen or the ink or the paper or whatever, just so that I can feel inspired to write again. And right now, I have found inspiration in my traveler's notebook, which is kind of cool. So this is a notebook that I got in April. I ordered this through Bam Kushan in California because I wanted to have the special accessories added onto it. So for starters, it has these little rivets on, oops, there goes my blotting paper. It has these little rivets here that actually say the Bam Kushan. And then on the inside, I have a pocket for cards and cash, and a pocket in the back with a zipper for change, and then an additional pocket there as well. And that's really nice. I really love this size, and had a hard time only with the inserts, especially since it seemed like most of them were staple bound, and I just felt like it didn't feel very officially journal. It didn't feel like an official journal to me, and I struggled with that. But I did really like the size, and I did really like this notebook. And everyone that I have spoke with that has had a traveler's company notebook for a long time loves this notebook, and they told me to be patient with it. Give it a year because it will develop the most beautiful patina you have ever experienced, so they say, and I want to experience that. So I have in here right now an insert from Galen Leather. This was actually sent to me from a pen pal, and the thing that I really like about it, I'm just going to slip it out real quick, is that it is stitched along the spine with thread, and that feels a little bit more official to me. Less last minute, staple some things together so that you have a notebook to jot random things into. And for some reason that helps. I also like that it has more of a square edge and quite a bit of paper. And this is the original Tomoe River paper that unfortunately no longer exists. They have changed the formula, I've been told, and I've heard that people aren't happy with it for fountain pens anymore, and that's just kind of a tragedy. So anyways, I have been really inspired to write, and have written quite a bit since I started this journal just 2 days ago, or 1 day ago. October 27th is when I started. I don't even know what today is. I think it's the 28th actually. So we'll see. Maybe, I'm not even going to say that I'm going to stick with this for all of 2022, even though I want to in this moment because I am inspired and I want to grow with a journal cover very badly. I know me and my patterns and my cycles too well to say that I'm going to make it a year of anything. It'll just be a year of adventuring. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.